Is this spatial or vocal you think they need? Vocal, right? All they need is and they can deal with all that mess. You're gonna get kind of stuck out there outside your elbow and just kind of kept creeping some more. So I want to let you get. So yeah, from subito allegro vivo, like 38. 38. Did this morning in conducting class and it stopped right before the part, and I went and Will was like, half of them don't know what he's doing. It's getting weird right now.
38, please.
There's a cool opportunity there, right? I mean, they don't need the 2, 1, 2, do they? Right? And if you want to give it to them, make it really passive. Right? You're big, 2 for those things, and then the one that decays, you can be higher, lower, lower, lower. Now, music. Right? Cool.
Same place, please.
Yeah.
Congratulations on making it all the way through. In general, I think during the Allegro stuff, it just seems a little heavy and labored.
Yeah.
If you can find it, and just to us, that makes it feel like we need to play that way, you know. And
Maybe
then
that's accurate. I was going to ask you, are you working really hard?
Yes.
So if you were playing a really challenging clarinet thing, articulate fast, would you squeeze the clarinet really hard?
I do, but I
You do? That's such an honest answer, yeah. Yeah, but you know you're not supposed to. And you're more successful if you don't.
Yeah.
Right? So we got to be light, quick. This is really hard on them. You know, conducted this a couple of times. So the more we can do to try to help them not do what you just admitted we all do, you know, because they're squeezing impressive too. I lean over to Kate and walk, big bucket, get up. That is like the hardest trumpet lick in banjo.
Yeah.
Right there, those crazy notes in the beginning of this thing. They're just weird fingerings and a weird interval. It's the nastiest little 6-note, what is it, 9-note? And 1 and 2 again? 8 notes. Yeah, nasty little 8 notes. And they're all over. So if we look like we're laboring, so then they're going to press too. And even though it's so jagged, this piece, and dissonant, it's still tuneful.
Right.
You know? The chorale is present everywhere, even though he's blown it up into a million little pieces and surrounded it with rest. Right? So we want to keep conducting the tune, even when it only exists in this pointillistic, kind of minimalist way. Okay, so light, easy gaps.
Something that could help with that, it looks like a lot of your conducting is almost like based in your shoulder.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and
I don't know why that's happening.
no, it's not. It just
When you press, you can't help but do that.
Right.
When you're squeezing, this all locks up.
Right.
There's no place else for it to go.
Okay.
so if you do that to your wrist, that could help make it look at least look a little more relaxed. And the more you use the wrist, the more likely you are to break the plane every
Yeah.
time. But congrats.
One of the things that I was kind of noticing, and kind of going off of what Joey and Dr. B were talking about just lightening everything up, your facial expression was very, very stone-faced, like you were trying to, at least it looked back, from back here, it looked like you were just really focused on just trying to conduct and keep the time. I think you should have a little, it should look like you're having a little bit more fun with it.
Okay.
Instead of just like that. There were some parts where I kind of saw a glimpse of a smile or like your eyes lit up, but for the most part it was just kind of like that the entire time. So have a little bit more fun with it. Let us see that you're having fun with it.
I thought some of your gestures were reactive to what's written on the page instead of prepping us for it. And at least from back here, we were kind of like then swelling in, like we have some of these big 3F entrances and we were kind of like swelling into them instead of having big blocks of tone on the front of the note.
Just to go along with what Kevin said too, is a lot of times when you were making eye contact, it was like straight ahead, like right at me or above me. At least it came across to me that way. Maybe it's because I'm just being extremely self-centered. But I mean, I think but yeah, it seemed like that to me. Maybe I'm completely wrong. You'll see later, I guess.
What is your favorite passage in this? We're almost out of time. What is your favorite? The corral? All right. So let's do it. And be fluid. All right? Now, you guys, we right out of shoot the first lab outside. I mean, these are two nasty little buggers to conduct. Both of these. I mean, the Chester one may be more obvious, but both Army is a nasty little bugger to conduct. Too. So this is not JV stuff. We're dealing with varsity stuff right now, for sure. And what we're talking about in a lot of ways is this concept of that trying thing. You know, and some of the folks that have been cursed in multiple classes with me have heard this trying thing last time recently. You know, as soon as we engage to try to do something, the neuroscientists have seen that all of a sudden the negative stuff in our brains gets activated. We start giving ourselves excuses for failure right out of the chute because we're saying we tried, and then we start going dark with all kinds of things that we try. So the research shows us more and more, over and over and over again, that I could have said to you, let's go to the corral at the beginning and try to relax. That's just a terrible thing to say something, right? So we're going to go to the corral, and we're going to be fluid. We're going to be relaxed. We're going to be lyric. We're not going to try not to do something. Right? We're just going to do something. The same thing when you're sitting behind your instruments, you guys. If you're going to play something, don't try to do the articulation or try to hit the note or try to play the phrase. Just switch the switch, you know, flip the switch to something real positive. And when we get into the quick stuff again, you can just be light and easy and tuneful without having to use that T word. Okay? So let's just do like 4 or 6 bars, and you're going to be fluid. You're your most lyric and tabulae stuff.